Everyone thinks the Garmin Instinct 2S is just the smaller, cute version of a rugged watch, but here's the thing, the 2S might be the most quietly capable adventure tracker under $250, precisely because it doesn't try to be flashy. During 3 weeks of testing, daily wear, 11 workouts, 5 hikes, 2 pool sessions, and a couple of unexpected weather beatdowns, I kept waiting for the compromise. The one that always shows up with compact watches. Weak battery, flaky GPS, flimsy build, but what I found flipped my expectations. If your thumbnail promised a tough, compact GPS watch, you're in the right place, because the surprises started the moment I put it on a small wrist and hit the trail. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you're already nodding along and want the best current price, I've dropped a link below. It's hovering around $219.99 last I checked, with a 4.5-star rating on Amazon, but stick around, because there are a few gotchas you'll want to know before you buy. Here's why I went hunting for the Instinct 2S in the first place. I've got smaller wrists, and big, boxy sports watches either pinch, slide, or feel like ankle weights strapped to my arm. I wanted something I could wear 24/7 without noticing, through trail runs, strength sessions, and travel, without babysitting the battery. I'd already been burned by a smartwatch that needed a charge every other day and panicked when it saw rain, and a bulkier GPS watch that tracked great but left red marks after long workouts. I needed a tool, not a toy, reliable GPS under trees, health metrics that actually help me recover, and a screen that's readable in harsh sun without cranking brightness. Skeptical, very hopeful, also yes. Because if the Instinct 2S could deliver all that in a compact shell, it would be the daily driver I never take off. First, I stress-tested the build. The Instinct 2S's fiber-reinforced polymer case and scratch-resistant Corning Gorilla Glass are rated for 100 meters of water resistance and built to U.S. military standard-level thermal and shock resistance. Translation: rain, sweat, cold mornings, hot cars, it shrugged. I clipped it against a granite outcrop on a steep scramble. The bezel got a tiny scuff, the glass didn't. Pool laps, no fogging, no weird button behavior. During a downpour hike, the buttons stayed tactile and the screen stayed legible. That transflective MIP display may not win beauty contests, but in brutal sunlight it's a cheat code. Then GPS accuracy. I ran multiple 10 to 15K trail loops under mixed tree cover using GPS plus GLONASS plus Galileo. Cold start locks were consistently 6 to 15 seconds. Distance tracks matched a reference route within 1 to 2% on rolling terrain, with fewer corner cuts than my phone. Elevation via the barometric altimeter tracked within about 8 to 12 meters of known summits on a local climb. More importantly, the ascent totals matched my baseline device within a few meters. Navigation is breadcrumb-based, not full-color maps, but track back and the built-in 3-axis compass got me back to trailheads twice when I took a wrong turn. Here's where it gets interesting. Even without dual-frequency GPS, the multi-GNSS lock stayed sticky under pines where my previous watch drifted. Battery life was the big test. Garmin claims up to 21 days in smartwatch mode and up to 22 hours in GPS mode for the non-solar 2S My Real World. With 24/7 heart rate, pulse off except nights, around 40 notifications day and 4 GPS workouts per week. Totaling tilde 4.5 hours, I averaged 13 to 16 days between charges. For pure GPS drain, I saw roughly 4 to 5% per hour on single activity recording with GLONASS on. Not lab perfect, but for a compact watch, impressive. It's the kind of set-and-forget endurance that lets you travel for a week with no charger anxiety. Health and training features rounded it out. Heart rate accuracy was solid, within 2 to 3 BPM of a chest strap on steady efforts, drifting a bit in spiky intervals like most wrist sensors. Sleep tracking lined up with how I felt, and the sleep score plus body battery actually changed my behavior. On a night of choppy sleep, my morning body battery was in the low 40s, and backing off intensity paid dividends later in the week. VO2 max estimates were within 1 point of my Forerunner baseline. Built-in sports modes covered my staples: trail running, road running, pool swimming, biking, strength, and even HIIT. Smart notifications worked reliably, and Connect IQ let me load data fields and a clean watch face. Just don't expect a sprawling app ecosystem. What about weaknesses? The display is monochrome and smaller than its big siblings, functional, not flashy. There's no onboard music storage, and you're not answering calls or tapping out replies. No full maps either, so ultralight navigators should manage expectations. And while the UI is quick once you learn it, there's a learning curve with the 5-button layout, the most surprising discovery. The Instinct 2S isn't just a downsized Instinct, it's the sweet spot between rugged reliability and true everyday wearability. It disappears on wrist but shows up when it counts. I logged hours on trails, in the pool, at the gym, and through long work days, and the combo of battery endurance, reliable GPS, and that tough-as-nails case made me stop thinking about the watch entirely, which is exactly the point. Compared to alternatives, it's a values play. An Apple Watch SE might feel smarter but dies in 2 days and hates being scraped on rocks. A bigger Forerunner gives you more training metrics but can feel bulky on small wrists. The Instinct 2 Non-S is excellent but overkill size-wise for many. And yes, the Instinct 2S Solar pushes endurance even further if you live outdoors, but at a higher price. Too good to be true? Only if you expect AMOLED glitz, on-device music, or a full smartwatch app store. As a purpose-built outdoors and fitness tool, it absolutely delivers, especially at around $219.99 with that strong 4.5-star crowd verdict behind it. Now that you know the real story, compact without compromise, if the Instinct 2S fits your wrist and you're weak, grab it before prices bounce or colors go out of stock. I've linked the best current deal below so you can check availability and any discounts. Bottom line, if you prioritize durability, dependable GPS, and real multi-week battery life in a small, comfortable package, the Garmin Instinct 2S is a strong buy. It's perfect for runners, hikers, cyclists, and gym-goers who want data without the drama. Skip it if you want an AMOLED screen, touch controls, or music on your wrist. For everyone else, this is the quiet workhorse that just keeps going, the small watch that does big things without needing a recharge every night.